The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is in the house this morning as we begin a Friday morning.
Man, my little red shirt, it ain't laying right. My iron must have been cold.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I thought I ironed it, but not real good. I guess my ironing skills. When I was in the Navy, we had one of them steam tables.
Oh, and it
You
just...
seen one of them?
No, I haven't. How's that work? You just
Man,
put it on there and just...
Awesome. Yeah.
I know Dylan bought one of these things. It's like a steam blower that you hang a shirt up and you go, and it's supposed to take the wrinkles out.
I got one that works all right.
Yeah. And then there's this other stuff you spray on there. It's called Wrinkle in a Bottle.
I got that, and it don't work to my fancy.
It doesn't either. What about chunking it in the dryer? Or are we being forced to actually have to iron a shirt?
I like the dryer part.
I've always liked my shirt starched. I like
too.
a clean, that's what I really like. I don't always have it, but I often try.
I'm not going to say where. I took some clothes to the cleaners.
Yeah, did you lose them?
No, I walked in one, and they said, okay, we'll see you in a week. I said, a week? I said, I got 2 suits. A week? Well, yeah. I said, well, I can't leave my clothes here.
You got to go. I thought you could do the 24-hour turnaround.
Well, the last time I used the cleaners, it was you have them in by 8, they're out by 5 or something like that, or within 24 hours or something. But, yeah, 1 week, and I'm like, what?
Learned a lesson.
Yeah.
I mentioned this a while ago, and I think Odie described it best. And like I said, I don't have as much enthusiasm in country music as I used to. They had the Academy of Country Music Awards on last night. Dolly was the host, and I think Garth helped out a little bit. And at some point, she pulls a goat on stage as a little prank to Garth there. And then a joke came about, and we can't repeat it because it crosses lines that you can't talk about. And it's just, I don't even, it's Dolly. You have to forgive her, but it was very risque.
You can tell she's been hanging around Miley Cyrus more and more.
That's where it come from. It had to have.
Yeah, next thing we know, she's going to be on a wrecking ball or something.
Oh, boy. Why did Dolly go there? The goat was funny.
Yeah.
But we'll leave that at that with Dolly there. Dolly always looks great.
She does. Now, she's carried her age, and, of course, I bet she brushes that wig out.
Oh, absolutely.
All the time, but, yeah.
Hey, we got a note here from the city of Meridian. I thought we'd pass this along. If you've got a little extra lunchtime today, a TV station from Jackson is going to be in town today filming, and they're going to be doing a episode on staycations and kind of highlighting Meridian. And somewhere around 1 o'clock, they will be at the 3 Foot Brewery filming around Meridian. So they're probably looking for a nice crowd inside the restaurant there to film. So if you'd like to be a part of that, the brewery today at 1 o'clock is when that will happen there.
Yeah, go hang out down there.
So you can be in the background. Who all knows what happens? Let's see. They got a lot going on. So check that out.
Yeah.
If you see camera crews, that's what that's all about.
Be interesting.
Yeah. Don't know when it will air.
Yeah.
Let's see. 9 to 5. Oh, Dolly, she did a good thing there, didn't she?
That was a good movie.
Good morning, Becky Vickers. Glad to see you there.
Yeah,
Richard.
Kathy from Zero, good morning. Got a lot of people joining us this morning. James from Causeyville. Thank God it's Friday.
Boy, isn't it good?
Yeah. Man, I told y'all it was coming, and here it is.
The biggest thing that you're going to see in headlines today, anywhere, whether you watch CNN, Fox News, anything, is going to be about the border. Title 42, what time
expired today at 11:59. It's done.
So we've got plenty of people that are wanting in the United States. Most feel that it should have stayed the way it was under Title 42 to watch all of this. We'll see what becomes of it. We've got sheriffs saying that if people go on private land, they will be arrested. I don't think there's enough jails for this. It's 10,000 plus already there. lined up ready to come in.
Well, here's my idea. You don't need a jail.
You don't? What do you need?
You need a fence and a tent and an armed guard at every corner. And you come across here illegally, that means you don't belong here, you don't live here, you don't have rights from here. You go in this holding tent. And if you don't like it in there, turn around and go back where you come from.
That's a pretty good idea.
You're not welcome here.
Plain and simple, isn't it?
Plain and simple. We've got ways, and I have no problem with you coming over here. We are America.
Right.
And we're not in as good a shape as we need to be, but this is the land of the free. And we don't mind you coming over here and making your residence at home, but there's a legal way to do it. And then when you come over here, we look at God as being almighty.
Oh, that's right, we do.
We say Merry Christmas.
Like these ideas so far.
So far, we have laws and rules that we abide by. We love our neighbor. And you should go to work and be a part of society, not a hindrance and a tick on those who go out and work for a living and pay taxes.
Remind me.
And we love you here.
Oh, didn't it used to apply to come into the United States? You had to offer a service that the United States felt that, you
Yes.
did something, you had a craft.
And not only that, you had to have an American citizen that says, hey, I'll vouch for him. I'll take care of him. I'll make sure he's got a place to stay while they get going. Not every taxpayer in America.
We've
got a problem with that.
We've definitely changed the direction of America. And when will this catch up with us? Yeah. Will it be this year, next year? Will it be a generation from now? But
it's not. When we fail as a nation, that's when it's going to catch up with us. And it's just, this going out and earning your own way is a thing of the past. People want $18, $20 to flip a hamburger when that's a gateway job. That's to get you to learn about money, not support a family on it. You don't have to go to college. I don't believe in everybody.
Oh, no, it's not for everyone.
It's not. But there's jobs out there. A plumber. Look down on them if you want to.
Them some hard-working boys.
Making some money. Welders. And you can do all this for, just a little while at MCC. You
That's
can get
right.
a skill to go out and actually make a very good living for you and your family and not be a leech on those of us who go out and
until
pay taxes.
People vote, that will not change. We'll see what happens on this.
Sad situation.
This is the headlines today, so be ready for it. That's what you're going to hear all day long.
Yeah, because all right, Trump, I told you the other day I watched CNN when I watched Trump the other day.
On the town meeting.
The town meeting. And they asked him about it, and he said, look, the people in Washington now are saying it's going to be 4 or 5 million. He said, I'm telling you right now. He said, it's going to be more. 15 million people come flooding into this country. He said, you've already got people sleeping on the grounds in Times Square. California, they're sleeping under bridges. They're everywhere.
What happens when you add that many more people? Oh, boy. Ron DeSantis, as we're kind of on that same subject, yesterday dropped another 70 people off at Kamala Harris's front door. Had the bus drive right up in front of her house and drop them off. He is something else. He's really not making many friends with the Democratic Party, without a doubt there.
That doesn't bother me.
Governor Greg Abbott from Texas has sent somewhere between 17,000 to D.C., New York, kind of split up across there. That's where we are on numbers this morning. We are Scotty Ray. This is Odie. As we start your morning on the Scotty Ray Report, we'll be back with more information of what's going on locally and what's happening that affects you. We'll be right back.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Steel's zero-turn mowers are here. Real Steel. Find yours.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
Spring is in the air at the Neshoba County Co-op, located at 338 West Main Street, downtown Philadelphia. If you're looking for that perfect flower for your home or getting ready for a garden, whether it's butter beans, peas, or tomatoes, they've got it all there. The fishing calendar says it's great at the Neshoba County Co-op, whether you're bass fishing or if you're out for crappie. From new rod and reels to getting the exact lure, or maybe that worm that you're hunting. Grab a pole and go fishing today. And let's not forget about turkey season. And remember, all roads lead to the Neshoba County Co-op. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie in the Red, if you've never watched us before.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to have to nickname the stretch of highway down in Clark County. The Enterprise exits, 133, 134, up to what, 137?
137, I believe is.
It is one accident after another anytime it rains. And we've already nicknamed the curve. There was a wreck there this morning somewhere around 5 o'clock coming into Meridian there where I-59 and 20. Dead Man's Curve is what we're just going to call it.
It's the only way to explain what it is. It's constant. Every time it rains, we're going to show up there.
I don't know what it is with the road, if people go straight or going too fast in the curve and the car starts sliding, but it's car after car after car. I know in Enterprise last night, within an hour, there were 2 wrecks in the almost identical place. So it was a busy day. Let's start off first, and that kind of summarizes the last 24 hours of our lives in our area is wreck, oh, we ain't got any power, oh, wreck. That's what went on. Let's start this out and go to 26th Avenue and 6th Street. Look at this. Meridian Fire Department was busy yesterday as a car went on its side. Now, you can only imagine riding in this car as it went on its side.
Ooh.
But believe it or not, Odie, they didn't get a scratch put on them. They were okay.
You know, that's good when you can walk out. You can probably bet that they had their seatbelt on, and that's what helped keeping them safe. And Engine 1 and Rescue 1, you saw Rescue 1, they're working on it. Tell you, a group of guys right there that are skilled. They know what they're doing. They show up. You're in good hands, I can promise you that.
I bet insurance companies go, oof, every time it rains.
Oh, yeah, you know they do.
It's, I mean, average car being wiped out, and a lot of these are total losses. Now, another thing happened late yesterday afternoon. Let's go to I-20, and this is another, you've been there a lot.
Yeah.
You're coming up on the last exit from Meridian, or the first exit coming in Meridian if you're coming from Jackson. Queen City Truck Stop, that exit. For whatever reason, it also is a wreck. And let's show the picture that I put up first.
Cooter was busy.
Cooter was busy yesterday as I made the graphic of what went on there. And that really describes it as we get in here. See the car? Upside down.
Yeah, and they were not hurt, so that was a good thing. And not sure exactly what caused that, but that is right there at the onset of construction.
Yep.
And we've had a lot since we've had that construction going, which has been going on forever.
Do we have any idea when those that will get moved? Those concrete pillars will go away?
It's got to be getting close. They're finishing up some work on the outside, which is more or less going to be an emergency lane, because if there's something happens, we can't get our vehicles past that. So it's tough to get help to someone on the other side of that bridge. So hopefully this is going to help that out.
Yesterday, a prime example, if you were caught in that traffic, even the police were having a trouble getting to the front of that as traffic stacked up. They couldn't get to the people there.
Yeah.
Fortunately, as you said, no one was seriously hurt in that. But it's always a blessing that anytime you can walk away from anything, especially when it overturns. So
yeah, Anthony Chancellor said that was the Bermuda Triangle in Clark County.
Oh, is that what it's called?
He has spent many times with the fire department out there on those roads. So we're going to call that the Clark County
Bermuda
Triangle, Bermuda,
Yeah.
Little Bermuda.
Now, it's just going to take rednecks like me trying to say Bermuda. Can you say it correctly? Or did I miss it? Bermuda.
Bermuda.
It's kind of like the grass, isn't it?
Yeah.
That Bermuda grass.
That's what I got a text earlier that says, so y'all called it the Fwee-Foot Buoy? It's Friday morning. Y'all.
Yeah, sometimes you get a slur and you just can't help it there. Let's go to, speaking of Anthony and everybody in Clark County, let's just go on down to Clark County and talk about what went on there yesterday as we go to our friends at Clark County Hot Topics. What if I don't, is it younger truck drivers? I don't know what really went on here, but it's this is the scene in Clark County, Highway 11 and 80, as a truck was making a turn, and, well, next thing you know, he's lost his trailer, and it just kind of flopped right in the middle of the road. Was it not connected?
Well,
Hooked up
you
correctly?
know, a kingpin does just not, it doesn't just
That's what I
slip
thought.
out of a kingpin. That's like a bully dog for a trailer hitch. It's not going to just come out. And I'm not saying that about this guy at all, because I don't know who it is. And we do have some fabulous truck drivers out there. But we have also allowed a lot of steering wheel holders
To get
out
into the
on
business.
the road. And it's, we need drivers, hurry up, get out, go down there. And
Dropped it right there in the middle of the road. Yeah, that was in Clark County. Also, and I got a note. I get a lot of information sent to me by neighbors and people that see things. We're going to have to just start selling tickets to events that go on. I think this went on in Clark County last night. Imagine this: a single guy breaks up with this old girl, gets rid of her, gets a new girlfriend. Ooh. Neighbors are all watching on the front porch. Here come the ex-girlfriend up in the house. Before he comes back with the new girlfriend. Popcorn gets passed around. Then Clark County Sheriff's Department gets called.
so this is a pay-per-view event, isn't it?
Those are always hilarious. I don't think anybody was hurt, but somebody had to leave with their feelings hurt because they wouldn't want it anymore. But think about it. What gives, when somebody breaks up, what makes you think, I'll just go on over and wait on him, and when they show up, she'll leave?
I'll whoop her butt.
Undercover Brother, if you got to see that scene of the fight.
Woo. Yeah.
Pay-per-view.
Anthony said front row seats is the best show on earth.
It is. And y'all would be shocked as to how many times an event just like that happens in our communities.
So if y'all have that, let's start recording it. We might be able to sell this on pay-per-view.
Woo, the WWE of Clark County.
Yeah.
We did have a lot of storm I can't even talk.
Jerome Lee says roadside circus.
That's
so when
what,
you got with them being in law enforcement, they have seen some dudes.
Oh, there is. I even got a note the other night. I kid you not, that somebody called. And I don't. As a law enforcement, and you got to keep a straight face. I'm sure. I mean, no matter what the call is, and you knock on the door, yes, ma'am, I'm here to help you.
It doesn't always happen.
But a lady watched a scary movie. And she got scared and thought the ghost was after her, and she called the police to come get the ghost that she was scared of after watching a scary movie.
Yeah.
I mean, and you got to be polite no matter what.
Well, so we were at a wreck, and I can't explain everything because I don't want to just give this whole scene away.
Okay,
but a trucker had run through 4 or 5 cars.
Okay.
So the highway patrol is getting there, and he's trying to figure out exactly what happened. He goes, he says, so what happened? He said, I'd come over that hill right there, and I come down, and all of a sudden there's all these cars right here, and I just couldn't stop in time. And then highway patrol looked out there, and he goes, dude, he said, I can see Tuscaloosa from here. And he said, what hill are you talking about? And it was like flat. Oh, yeah. And it's like sometimes you just want to say,
yeah.
Don't make nothing up, man.
You were just speeding. That's the way it is.
All well, you wasn't paying attention.
So we salute law enforcement for everything that you go through. A few pictures that came in yesterday afternoon is we got all of these. Look at this. Here's some pictures that strolled in yesterday. Look at that. Pretty although always scary with these. I think this was Wayne County, if I'm not. No. This was Louisville, Winston County.
Louisville got a nice little garden right there.
Yeah. And here's another shot. We got plenty of these yesterday that were sent in. We do appreciate each and every picture that we always get. Thank y'all so much. We'll be right back. We got some more stories to tell as we start another glorious day here, right here in Meridian. We'll be right back.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
Welcome back. And with any job, there's always folks that have left the job who know a whole lot about it. It never hurts to ask for advice, without a doubt. And as we pull this up, we invite those who used to be a Meridian firefighter. They're going to have a luncheon for them coming up on the 26th at Fire Station number 1 at 11 o'clock. If you are a retired firefighter, make sure to come by.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. It's always good to see everybody over there. And RW will come get you because we know you have a hard time remembering how to get there. You don't have to bring the weenies. They're going to have some stuff. They don't. That's because we love him.
Oh, bless his heart.
He's got a passport so he can go to Clark County.
It's getting worse and worse. Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there.
You know he's watching. He probably just threw his coffee. Don't break the TV.
Oh, You know, and I read an article, and there's two sides to this, as always. A former Meridian police officer made a post the other day about a funeral that he went to of an ex-officer, and as he got there, he realized that no one from the police department had come to represent the police department now. Wow. And it was a sad day that there wasn't someone, because they gave 35 years of their life to the force. And he said also in the same breath, he goes, maybe they didn't know. But always keep this in mind. If you had somebody work for your company for a long time, no matter whether it's a private business or if it's an official office, have someone go and represent, because they did give so much of their lives to where you work and what you did. And they spent probably more time there than they did with their family. So send somebody to be a representative whenever possible when you know about it.
If someone stayed with a company that long, I can promise you they had something to do with that company remaining in business today.
Absolutely. So it's you got to get where you're going, you've got to remember where you've been.
That's exactly right. That's why we don't get rid of history.
That's correct.
You know, we've got that birthday up there.
Who's having one?
Robert's having a birthday, and his daughter Layla says, happy birthday to his dad. 62, I think is what it was.
Whoop.
But happy birthday.
All right.
From your daughter.
Do you remember the thing with the walker, the Peloton?
That Peloton thing.
Yeah, the thing there. All right. You remember they had the child who got caught and it got hurt real bad. And so they lost money over that. And the latest is they've got another safety hazard. They're being recalled again. Will this company ever get over this? And these machines are not cheap by any means.
No, they're not.
They're high dollar to where you can walk with someone else in another place. It's video. It's a neat concept. Yeah.
They control the speed. You don't. You go.
boy.
But you know, that goes back to Tide Pods.
To what?
The Tide Pods.
What is that?
That's the laundry detergent that comes in these little pods that you throw off in your washing machine.
Okay, please explain how that ties in with a walking machine.
So they're getting in trouble because a kid got on it to play.
Right.
Which it wasn't made for a kid. So mom and daddy should keep the kids off of it. And it's not the company's fault for your child playing on something they're not supposed to. Tide got sued because they made soap that looked like candy, and instead of mom and daddy doing their job saying that you don't eat that, kids was eating this soap, and
I see your tie-in now.
They were getting sick. What happened to mom and daddy raising them instead of our courts suing companies for something that they can't control?
It's a good point. Very good point there.
You know,
everything has to start. The secret to success is owning up to your responsibilities in anything.
Well,
you make a
Braylon,
mistake,
you pay for it.
yes, you do.
Braylon reached for a cup of coffee when he was little bitty, and it spilled on him. Well, guess what that taught him?
I'm not going to do
do
that.
it no more.
That's right.
It was nobody's fault. I guess you could say it was our fault because we had the coffee on the edge
Accessible.
of the table. But it wasn't the coffee's fault. It wasn't the coffee pot's fault. It wasn't the coffee maker's fault. It was ours, but we used that as a lesson.
You do learn from those.
Ruh-roh.
And speaking of people not owning up to what they've done, we have a Canadian who was here going to school. He's accused of rape. He is left in the middle of the night and ran back to Canada. That happened there at the University of Utah was where that happened. Whether or not he'll be stopped once he gets home, we don't know, but he did flee the country. That's one of the headlines there. Now, here's a new law that's going into effect in the state of Mississippi that we want you to know about, because I've always been taught, leave it the way it is, and I know there's a lot of law enforcement that watches, but coming up in July, if you have a wreck, no one's hurt, the law will be passed that you need to move it out of the roadway if you can. If the car is drivable, get it out of the roadway till the law gets there. Used to, I think everybody was told, leave it as is till the police take a look at it.
Well, now everybody's got cameras.
Yeah.
So jump out, take picture from all angles, and then get out of the roadway.
It's a safety hazard is the reason they're doing this. And so, as yesterday, there was a lot of people sat there an hour and a half or so in traffic.
Oh,
Those cars were not movable, by the way.
No, and when it's not movable, it is what it is.
You're right.
But, yeah, open the road. That's always the most dangerous thing, is trying to get an interstate, especially back open, at least one lane to start flowing. It's dangerous when you start closing roadways down.
That's House Bill 811. So that is what's coming up here. I didn't even know that. You hear about this stuff. 3D printing. I've never printed. I don't have a 3D printer, number one. But a Jackson, Mississippi man is in deep trouble. Almost used a different word there, but he's in deep trouble. He printed a machine gun.
Well, and that's something that
Front row.
Going with metal detectors, you use X-ray machines now because you can make a gun out of plastic.
It's just where technology is just out there.
I'd like to get me a 3D printer.
What would you make?
I don't really know. I just want to get one. Not one of them fancy ones, one of those little cheap ones. But
I hear you, Odie.
I might make a bobblehead. Ooh, we could do a Odie and Scotty Ray bobblehead and sell them on our merchandise website.
Oh, the things that goes through this man's head. Oh, have mercy. I didn't finish reading the story on this because it bothered me so bad, and I'm not going to read it to the end because it does. When someone mistreats animals, because an animal and a child are a thing that cannot protect themselves, but a Starkville, Mississippi woman has been arrested for animal cruelty, and I think it was pretty bad. I couldn't get to the end of the story, so I'll leave it at that so I wouldn't get angry and bent out of shape. It just, it always hurts my soul for someone who cannot protect themselves to be hurt. That's just the way I feel. Not everybody feels that way, but that's one of mine.
I'm with you on that.
Do you remember the TV show Freaky Friday? I've seen Angie watch it now. It has caught my attention to where the little girl wakes up. She's an adult, and she wakes up like she's 13 again. Freaky Friday.
Is that where her and her mama switched places?
Yeah. Looks like they're going to do a sequel to that. So be ready for that coming to theaters before long.
Oh, what is her name?
Oh,
the mama.
Lindsay Lohan was in it.
Yeah, that was
and
the
Jamie
daughter.
Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis was the mama.
She was also in a movie with, I don't remember
Arnold
the name.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, what was that? Where she climbed out of the Lincoln, was hanging on
he was. He worked for the FBI or the CIA, one of those, and couldn't tell her No, Arnold did, but couldn't tell her what he did. She thought he was some kind of pencil pusher from an office that had a boring job. And True Lies, that's it.
That's it.
Austin come in with it.
Look at
Austin
that.
got it.
I'm telling you, we got
True
some
Lies.
smart folks that watch, but that
Yes,
was
we
a
do.
pretty good movie there.
It was.
And also the one that he was in with that former Miss America girl was pretty good. Eraser.
Oh, yeah, where you go to a vacation or something, wasn't it?
Well, she was in the witness protection program. She got a disc, had all that information, and they
Yeah.
were chasing her. And
Yeah.
that was good. True Lies was
That's
extremely good, though. We'll be right back as we try to brighten your morning one way or the other. Y'all don't
Hey,
be-
we're going to make it.
Yes, we are.
My mama said I need a truck because this lawnmower's the devil.
Buddy, we can do it!
Need a truck?
We can do it!
Need a van?
We can do it!
Need an SUV?
Buddy, we can do it!
Need some luxury? We've got you there too.
We can do it!
At Interstate Auto, we can do it.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift, or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again, Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs.
Well, as we talk about our friends at MCC and career changes, one of the big things that we do in Meridian is nursing program. They have a great LPN program there at MCC. If you're ready to do that, talk to them today at MCC and find out about what it is, the curriculum that's involved in this. You can end up with a job in nursing, healthcare assistant. So many ways that you can do this. Long-term healthcare clinics, any of this is possible there. Registered nurse, you can go on and take this anywhere you want, beginning here at MCC. Even take that to a doctorate degree.
Right here, you can get everything you need between MCC and talk about changing not just your life, but your entire community, because you're always there for someone's needs.
Giving back is what that is.
That's right.
484-8711 is the number to call, or you can simply look them up online, MCC. You'll find them, or just drive by and walk in and say, how y'all doing? They'll be glad to accommodate you there. It is Friday. The weekend is near us. As we mentioned, we do have some state games that are going to be happening out at the Northeast Park tomorrow. Also, don't forget, tomorrow is National Train Day. It kicks off at 9 o'clock, 9 until 3 down at the museum downtown Meridian.
Yeah, so go down there and check that out. And now, what's today? Well, since we
Today's
talked
Friday.
about nursing, isn't today Nurses Day?
It is. I forgot about that.
And look at there, just pulled out that from MCC. So each and every one of y'all that are working today as a nurse and doing your duty.
And only the people that used to watch Hee Haw will get this. Where is Nurse Goodbody today? Wasn't that good?
Look, Hee Haw. If you can go back and watch Hee Haw, y'all go back and watch it.
Nurse Goodbody, she was something else.
Oh, yeah.
And the Hee Haw Honeys.
And you couldn't say good body to anybody no more.
I guess you couldn't.
You know, that's a compliment. And now you ended up in court? What has society come to?
Oh, my heavens. Let's see here. Let's get this rolling with what happened in history on today. Let's see here. We go back to 1907. Katharine Hepburn was born. You'd see her on Golden Pond a little bit later on there. Of course, she was a big movie star in her day there. Katharine Hepburn. She's done a lot of movies.
Golden Pond.
This was a big deal in the United States. 1932, this baby would come up missing. Today would be the day that they would learn that they would not get their child back, as we go back to the Lindbergh baby was found dead.
That's terrible.
Slain, as the headline looks there. What an awful day.
Wow. That's terrible. I just couldn't imagine that.
Who is the comedian with the filthiest mouth that ever existed in America? And I really lean toward this guy. Maybe there's somebody worse now, but
Andrew Dice Clay was probably close neck to neck with him.
you're right. I forgot about him. But this guy,
There ain't much more than that. I mean,
this guy just
here,
couldn't open his mouth without cursing.
No.
George Carlin. Now, he may have had some funny stuff, but let's
It was
be
hard to
honest.
listen to it.
It'd make your grandma blush. It was bad.
Me as a sailor just couldn't listen to his whole thing.
It was rough. Anybody ever heard the song I Can Help? Billy Swan was born on this date, 1942. His biggest hit was, of course, I Can Help. If you need some, okay, I can't sing. I'm going to back off of that. As we go back to 1950, anybody ever watch the Gambler series? You remember that? Watch with Kenny Rogers, all of those?
Yeah, I want to say I remember a couple of them.
Yeah, he had like 4, and it kept growing and growing. And this guy also would star in his own TV show, which I never quite grasped a housewife being able to run from the house to help him go undercover. But maybe y'all remember the TV show Scarecrow and Mrs. King. Do y'all remember that?
I remember the show, but I never did watch it.
Well, there might be a reason.
It might, because that name kind of, I guess, scared me away.
Bruce Boxleitner was born on this date. And, of course, he was Kenny Rogers' right-hand man in all those Gambler shows there.
I'm glad you pronounced that.
Yeah, I had to think real hard and take a deep breath and say it really fast.
Say it 10 times before you say it.
I can't. When you get off the common language, I have trouble. I'm not going to lie about it. Just, it happens. Let's see what else went on today. This is a real nice guy. I've met him numerous times. 1955, he would be the half that doesn't sing all that much. Kix Brooks was born on this day of the duo Brooks and Dunn.
Well, 1 week from today.
What happens?
It's the last day of our conference.
What?
And in Biloxi.
Okay.
So while we're there, next Friday night, Amy and I are going to see Brooks and Dunn in concert.
You'll really enjoy that.
Yep. So looking forward to that.
Really, really nice folks. If you ever get a chance to meet them, they are just like you and I. They're not made up. They don't. They are yet. 1958. What was the #1 song in America? All I Have to Do Is Dream, Dream, Dream. The Everly Brothers. That was it.
I might not know the names, but I know the words.
Let's just say life was hard on them, and they would never look like that again. Very stressful in their life, we might say.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing how you can look at an annual and go to a class reunion and go,
who are you? That's why they have that "Hello, my name is."
Yeah. 1962, this old boy would make it. And believe it or not, you watch it on TV and it doesn't even enter your mind, but this was a ladies' man back in the day, off screen from the TV show.
Yeah.
He had all the good-looking girls wanting to chase him. We're talking Barney Fife. He was on the cover of TV Guide.
Oh, Don Knotts. That was some comedy. He was funny in anything he did.
He did. Mr. Chicken is ranked right up there with the best. You just can't help but like it.
He's even funny in Matlock when he's in there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mr. Roper.
Or Mr. Roper, he was funny.
Can't get over any of that.
But I don't think that was Don Knotts.
Yeah, it was.
Mr. Roper?
He came in after it wasn't Mr. Roper, but he was what was he? But he was on Three's Company. He became it after Mr. Roper left.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm blank as to what his name was. He was like maybe his cousin or something. Yeah, but Don Knotts was on there.
Well, I'll be darned. Ain't that so? Might be.
I can't be wrong. I don't think I am. It's been a while. Let's go back to 1965. Mr. Farley.
Okay.
See?
Okay. Now I do remember this.
You do?
I remember.
You had
Mr.
me
Farley.
doubting myself there for a second.
Well, somebody.
Don's in there with me there. That split second, I thought, well, Odie done called me out here and I have missed something. But yeah, he was real skinny and
got to keep you young.
He picked on Jack all the time. The shakiest gun in the West.
Yeah.
That was funny. Let's go back to 1965. Anybody remember that song, Can't Get No Satisfaction? Well, it was recorded on this date back in 65.
They were that old then, wasn't they?
Yes, they were. It's like they won't even go away. They're going to probably be the next Super Bowl act.
Well, it'd be better than what we've had.
This is almost maybe the only normal brother they've got in that family. Stephen Baldwin was born on this date. He doesn't quite align with his brother Alec in his way of thinking.
Not at all.
They're totally night and day, so to speak, there. Dee, how are you? Glad to see you up and Adam joining us there.
There, D.
Now, I can say this name if I don't look at it. Big old happy birthday, and then you get into the brothers, and everybody's got a different last name.
Yeah.
1962, Emilio Estevez was born.
So you did good.
But I didn't look at it. So long as I don't look at it, I can say it. Happy birthday to him. Young Guns, I would say, is probably his biggest as he played Billy the Kid. Now, he's been in a lot of other things, but that really portrayed who he was. That was a good movie there.
It was a good movie. Yep.
Charlie Sheen and a whole bunch of them was in there. And then Jack Bauer is...
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, man.
Anybody remember going back to The Facts of Life?
Yep.
This little Tootie, she was born in 1969 on this date. And how did you get a name like Tootie?
How you get a name like Odie?
I have no idea.
So,
if your daddy was still here, we'd have to ask him about that. 1966, the final episode of The Munsters would premiere on today. Anybody remember that show? Yeah, that's how it went.
Look,
the normal one there on the right there, but pretty good show there. We had several shows get canceled. 1978, the lady that we joked about would have the #1 song today, Dolly. Anybody remember? It's all wrong, but it's all right. She knew she was doing wrong, but she couldn't handle it.
That's right.
Dolly, #1 today, back in the day. A few other things. The final episode in 1982, that guy that would turn green and get mad, it'd be the end of it. The Incredible Hulk ended today.
That was more realistic than what we've got now on the Avengers, where he turns into a 30-foot tall green thing.
Have you ever used this on ladies, this next song? Did you ever?
Oh, yeah.
Tape deck, cassette?
Yeah. Throw that tape in.
Mood music, and Lionel Richie was #1 with Hello, It's
Me You're Looking For. But I couldn't sing it because I'd be done run them off. I could lip sync.
Oh, there you go.
We call that Milli Vanilli.
1986, we do. Opening up in theaters tonight, y'all were probably there because it was huge. It was the premiere of Top Gun, the original version there. Kelly McGillis, and she was a knockout back in the day.
Yes, she was.
We had a few other things in today. 1987, Hill Street Blues ended. It was a big TV show, and I have to say I never watched it.
I watched a few, not real big, but I did watch some of it.
This almost reminds me of a Kit Kat bar for some reason. I have to be honest. Give me a break. The final show aired today. That was a pretty funny show also.
It really was. I'll never forget the opening credits. She's vacuuming the fish tank. Sucks the fish up in the vacuum.
Yeah. 1992, we would lose the dad from the Brady Bunch as Robert Reed would pass away on this date. Y'all all remember him with the big collar.
Oh, yeah.
Designed those houses. He passed away on today. The final episode of also The Wonder Years would happen on this date back in 93. A lot of TV shows ended upon this date. I guess it was the end of the season and they were getting ready. Now, this one I really liked. Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, you get together, what do you get? A #1 movie.
That was a good film.
And not to mention John Travolta.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up definitely on that. The Nanny, that voice.
Is it the nanny?
Ended today as Fran Drescher would have to go get another job.
Oops.
Yeah, it ended. It was over.
They tried to get together, didn't they? They didn't get
They
married.
did get married on the show.
Did they get married? Okay.
They did.
Maybe that's what happened.
What was his name? Mr. The way she's in it.
Yeah.
I'll think of his name.
Once we go off air, it'll be like, oh, yeah.
I know that, yeah. We'll be right back. More on the way. Scotty Ray and Odie, good morning to you. Dr. John Line and Dr. Jennifer Dooley have expanded their services when Dr. Cook retired last year. Advanced Vision Center is located on the 5th floor of Anderson's Medical Tower. Now, they bring experience in the most advanced technology to the Meridian area, whether it's your first off that exam. And all of your text messages are blurry now. Advanced Vision Center knows how important your eyes are to you. After all, they are your windows to the world. Call today for an appointment. 601-553-2100.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As Supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock. Don't forget you can get roses for Mama at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply as we get ready for Mother's Day weekend here. They got a lot of great gift ideas that you can drop by and get some flowers. The gift that keeps on giving is the way to put that. And, of course, as always, anything she needs for the garden, maybe a place to sit, a chair, a rocker, whatever it may be, they've got it this weekend. Visit with them. Birdhouses and a whole lot more, including seed, feed, fertilizer, all of this great stuff. And they got some great deals going on wind chimes as well. Drop in, you'll find it, yard ornaments, and a whole lot more. Bargain price for you. Lauderdale County Farm Supply. You'll find them right off the exit there, 151. Drive up to the front door, and they'll come a running to help you.
That's right. You came in a wind chime.
Odie, I'm going to let you repeat this because we got the name of the Mr. What was his name on the nanny?
Mr. Sheffield.
That noise, that woman.
Mr. Sheffield.
However, yeah.
What was the butler's name? Niles? Was that his name?
I believe it was Niles.
And I can't remember the girl that he finally, I think they hooked up somewhere at the end, the other girl that was his assistant. But back in the day, that was some of those things there.
Back in the day.
Yes, sir, Bob.
And we got to do a little correction. We were saying that this was Nurses Day.
It's not?
This is International Nurses Week, and we on the last day of it.
Oh.
So, we were not celebrating them enough. So, hey, happy Nurses Week, and we salute you on the last day.
Absolutely there. Around Mississippi, we had a woman that was arrested for possibly the murder of her husband. This would be Claiborne County, Mississippi. She was found this week in her jail cell deceased. Most likely self-inflicted. They're doing an autopsy to discover that. I guess it got the best of it. Do you remember the shooting that happened down in Biloxi, the police officers getting shot?
Yeah.
They have made an arrest in that. 22-year-old Dontavius McGee of Gulfport has been arrested and charged with all of that shooting spree that happened there. We'll keep you up to date as this goes to court and see what happens with it.
Now, do I read that right? They've got him at a $2 million bond?
They do. Felony charges, including 4 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of assault on a police officer.
Well, hey.
And that's when you do that to a police officer, it gets bigger.
Dadgum right. That's the way it needs to be.
Boy. That could have turned out really, really bad. Amanda, and I'm not going to say her name right. I almost want to say Giesenslaw, but that's not correct. She's running for office. She was taken off the ballot, Mississippi, because, wait a minute, she hadn't lived here long enough. And the highest Supreme Court said you can't run. You have to be here a period of 5 years, and she hasn't been listed long enough. She missed it by about a year.
Well,
so she can't fight it. What's fair for one is fair for everybody.
That's exactly right.
As we see this, and this is when it comes to crime that you shake your head and you go, how could this happen? Well, it did. As we get ready to see that someone that was accused of attempted murder walks free from the campus of Ole Miss. What am I talking about? It was someone that was accused of attempted murder, and then the eyewitness didn't show to court. They had no one to testify against it, and the judge had no other way but to say, you're free.
Yeah. But now,
it makes you think, is it like the movies? Did someone keep them from coming?
Exactly, and find out why. No,
yeah, we don't know the answers to all of that, but it does make your mind go, well, I wonder what really went on behind the scenes we don't know about there.
Yeah.
Let's see some other things that have gone on in our areas there. A Tupelo man, of all the places to threaten, he threatened, the Salvation Army in Tupelo with harm. I'll word it that way. He's going to be charged as terroristic for making those threats. I mean, there's a lot of people you can get mad at, but the Salvation Army, what'd they ever do to you?
Yeah, helped everybody out.
Yeah.
And we've got a good one right here.
Sure do.
Man, if we have a storm or something needed, I can call Roy up and say, man, I need some help, I need some food, and they're there.
That's right.
And they're good people.
Earlier this week in the Picayune area, a home was burned. They would find 2 bodies in it. It's getting deeper and deeper to where they have made an arrest now. They haven't given any of the details, but a man has been arrested for the 2 people that were inside of it, and he's being charged with murder.
Well, did explain how they got there.
It's going to be more details on that coming out as we look across this here. Brett Favre is dropping a lawsuit. There was a podcast star that said, well, Brett, you're guilty of this. And Brett said, no, I'm not. And he sued him. The guy has made a publicly apology for it, and Brett has dropped the charges. And this all goes back to the welfare scandal.
Yeah.
He was saying that Brett was guilty of it, and he goes, no, I'm not, and you can't prove that. And so he ended up apologizing, and Brett has dropped the charges against him.
Well, that was good on both sides.
As we saw yesterday, where the former governor is saying that he's going to sue the Mississippi today. Now, he's claiming he might. He hasn't. Does he have any grounds? We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in court, but that's one of the things that we're watching.
It's going to be interesting. This is going to get deep.
It is. This is not by any means over.
No.
$77 million.
And I tell you what, Shad White, I wouldn't want him with a shovel digging around me.
No.
That man has got a sharpshooter, and he will start to dig.
He does it. There's a lot of people that go to office that owe favors to other people. It's very obvious that Shad owes no one. He's equal down the middle.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigerator. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
We we had mentioned in the last couple of days, if you've happened to get maybe a hail dent in your car, go by and see Chet. They can get those removed now. They got some expert quality work being done there and can take that out.
Without having to pay.
Yeah, that's good. And as always, if you happen to have that fender bender, as we found out so many happened overnight and yesterday, see Chet. Make sure to get your car done right with a handshake. They'll take care of it all for you there. 9888 Highway 495. It's in the curve going to the reservoir. Matter of fact, just call them. They'll come to you if they need to. Chet's Paint and Body for some of the best work you'll find right here in the area. Drop in and visit with them. Right in Meridian, easy to find, Highway 495. Again, they'll handle it for you, process all that, and get you a rental car all lined up, and off you'll go.
Yeah.
Now, here's a controversy that's going on in America right now, and you almost have to, I'm sure everybody's got an opinion of this. Say that you and your wife adopted a child. You didn't think you could have children, and you named him Junior. 7 years later, you have a biological child, and you go, wait a minute, I no longer want my first child that I adopted to have my name Junior, and I'm going to take that name away and give it to the newborn child. It's a controversy that a family is doing in America today. Reddit has the whole story, and people are not agreeing with the father for even wanting to do this. And I have to agree with America on that. I don't think that's right.
7 years, and then you're going to tell this kid, we're going to just change your name. And 7 years, how long had they had this child? Was he adopted as a baby?
Yeah, that's the way I understand it, as a baby. And that's all he knows.
Then that's your family.
Yeah, 7 years old.
It doesn't have to be blood, folks. But that's your family. You adopted that baby. You raised that baby, and he's...
America is not taking it lightly. They're chewing the father up on this as you look at these online comments on that, and we'll leave it at that. But he's been called some rather ugly names since he's attempted to do this. It's wrong. You can't do a child that way.
Wow. No, that's tough.
No. Now, again, don't forget we've got a lot going on in Meridian. National Train Day tomorrow down at the museum. Drop in to see them 9 until 3. And also the Cheney Day is going to be taking place at James Cheney Park tomorrow in Meridian as well.
Yep, that's it. And Mother's Day, Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to my mama, my daughter.
Mine too.
My wife.
We'll see y'all bright and early Monday.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners. The following program was paid for by Southern American.